Don't support a bleak future. Hey guys, it's John out here on a gray and overcast day on the back deck with a magnificent mug of coffee. So fresh, so good, so buttery smooth. I'd like to talk today about the idea of a bleak future. I get a lot of people who give me comments or send me emails, and they talk about where the world is going. This concept of a bleak future is very prevalent in today's society. But nothing in the future is set. Nothing in the future is destined. Nothing in the future is fated. And when we look at the idea of staying in the present, which is the only creative moment we have, and focusing our present moment on the future being bleak, we're actually perpetuating the opportunity for the future to be bleak. I tend to see the world in a positive rate. I think right now all the negative things you're seeing going on in the world are the growing pains from people who are terrified of losing power. And what I'm finding interesting is that the people are becoming more loving, more caring. And you can see it in the younger generations coming up. My son's class that he went to a Waldorf school, and he went there from kindergarten till ninth grade. And in that Waldorf school, that his entire class, there was no racism, there was no sexism, they are so completely inclusive. They literally do not see a person's color, they see a person. And this upcoming generation is very different from you and I. And the majority of the struggles we're having in the world right now are actually being created by the older generation. The older generation who might have had a tough life in the past. Their parents were from the Depression era, and so life was hard, and you had to struggle through life, and and it's those ideologies that are creating this idea of a bleak future. As I said, nothing is set. You create your world. What you think you become, you create your world. That's what Buddha said, right? You are the culmination of your thought. That's what Krishna said. You look at it from the perspective of if we're creating our world, then if we're focused on it being a bleak world, we're going to have a bleak world. We have the opportunity in this precise moment to choose what our world is going to be, to choose to set down our biases, to choose to not be upset by someone else believing differently than we. It's very interesting. I recently put out a video after the Donald Trump shooting that we need to be able to have different opinions, and we need to be able to discuss, and we need to be able to say that I don't believe the same as you without getting mad or angry. And what's so interesting about it to me is I had several people tell me that I'm not allowed to express my opinion because I'm a spiritual person. We're all spiritual people. We're all spiritual people. The world is nothing but an illusion of belief, and spiritual just means non-corporeal, non-physical. This is all an illusion. Everything we do in life is spiritual. But to say someone's not allowed to have an opinion because of their judgment of who they are, it comes down to the idea that that's not about love. That's about trying to say you have to believe as I do or you're not loved. It's got to be okay that we have different opinions. And I said, this is what I think about Donald Trump, but I don't hate him. I don't want him dead. I don't want any of those things to happen. I don't agree with his policies, and I think he's done bad things, right? But you're allowed to believe what you believe. That was what that video thrust was, is that we're all allowed to have our opinions, but it's the vitriol and the hate and the anger that we need to address. We need to start listening to people and stop judging them for not believing as we do. I've had multiple people tell me that I'm an idiot for not, bowing down to Trump. And I've had other people tell me that they're going to unsubscribe. I think I've lost 5 or 6 who unsubscribed because of that video. But when you look at the stats of that video, I gained 35. So I mean, more people are in the lines of love than in the lines of bowing down to any one political figure. And that's the way it should be. We all should be able to have our opinions. And when we're focused on a bleak world, we're focused on what we're being told. We're focused on what experiences are coming in from these people who are in this celebrity status around us. And we can choose to buy into them and follow them to the end of the earth, or we can choose to step into our own power and create a loving world. We can choose to step into our own power and understand that the world doesn't have to be bleak. There's nothing in the future that's set. When someone's telling you that this is what the future is going to be, that's because they're manipulating you. That's because they're telling you that this is what you have to believe. Many of them are actually saying it that way. This is going to happen, so prepare yourself. There is no definite. There's nothing in the future that's set. When someone tells you this is about to happen, make sure you do this. That's because they're invested in that belief. They believe that belief, and they want you to believe that belief. And the more everyone believes that belief, that's going to happen because it's going to create that. The interesting thing is you can live into a world that doesn't have that. For instance, right now, in our political structures and things are going on, if you know who you're going to vote for, turn your news off. The news right now for the next several months is going to be nothing but politics. If you know who you're going to vote for, turn the news off. If you've already decided, turn the news off. There's no reason to get mad and angry and look at the arguments that people are saying. I live in Ohio. There are political ads out right now for the same candidate. One ad is touting all the amazing good things they've done on immigration and siding with the others across the aisle and all this stuff, and then their opposition says he's let all these immigrants in and he's destroyed all this. They're saying the exact opposite of each other. The airwaves are just chatter right now. It's just chatter. It's people trying to say who is worse, who's bad for you, who's going to harm you, who's going to create your bleak future. They're selling the bleak future. Don't let them. Live into your present moment and choose that it's going to be a great experience. If they are selling a bleak future, if you don't want a bleak future, don't vote for them. If you don't want a bleak future, don't vote for the people who are selling a bleak future, who are saying that person is going to do this, that person is going to do that. They have no idea what that person is going to do. And if you look at people's records and go back and actually do the studies, you find out that they're both wrong anyway. If this person is embellishing what he's done, and this person is embellishing what he thinks he's going to do. It comes down to you letting go of the idea of it being bleak. We all have the power to change our world, but we change it one person at a time, starting with ourselves. We have to step into the power of creation. We have to be the ones who are living into that outcome and deciding our world is beautiful and loving and caring. And when we do that, then we can change the entire experience. And I think you have the ability. And I think that there's a lot of people out there in the world who see a brighter future and have decided to create it. And I think that I'm one of them. I hope you are too. And I hope we can start looking at this world from a perspective of love. I had someone the other day who came on after that video and tried to goat me into an argument about why I was wrong about who I wanted to vote for. I just removed his comment. He came back and he tried to hit me with an argument. Well, that was unloving, and you're lying. You're blah, blah, blah. It's like, so then I hit him from the channel because he was not actually in a place where he would listen to anything or be open to anything. And it's not my job to change his mind. It's my job to live my life and create the bright future that I am creating. And if I surround my personal self or with arguments, then my world is not happy. My world is not joyful. My world is not bright. And so I just don't engage them. The quickest way to stop that argument is to not be in an argument. The quickest way to break free of a cycle like that is to just disregard it. And the greatest tool you can use in that is realize what they're saying, what they're doing is trying to sway you. It's their fears and their anxieties. It's not yours. And you don't have to lean into what they believe and take what they believe as truth. It's always your choice. Choose the bright future, and together we'll create it. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.